Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, most merciful. Dear students, I am Dr. Asrar Ahmed and it's my lecture number 3, and this lecture has been taken from the course Reaction Dynamics, and this course is being taught to specialization of physical chemistry to BS Chemistry Semester 8 and MSc Chemistry Semester 4 in the University of Education. Dear students, the key concepts of this lecture are that what is meant by second order reaction, what are the examples of second order reaction, and what is the kinetics of second order reaction. Then we will conclude some results, and finally we will derive the units of the rate constant. Dear students, in a second order reaction, the sum of exponents of concentration in the rate law is equal to 0. Second order reaction is defined as the reaction in which the sum of the exponents of the concentration in the rate law is equal to 2. Following are the examples of second order reaction. Many important biological reactions follow second order reaction. One of the important example is the formation of double-stranded DNA molecule from two complementary strands. You know, Watson and Crick has proposed the DNA model in which the DNA molecule is double-stranded. So when two strands combine with each other to produce a single strand DNA, then this reaction is followed by second order kinetics. The second example is thermal decomposition of chlorine monoxide. As in the reaction, when 2 mole of chlorine monoxide are heated up, then 2 mole of chlorine and 1 mole of oxygen is produced. This reaction follows the second order kinetics. Dear students, second order reaction is the reaction in which the sum of the exponent of concentration in the rate law should be equal to 2. And the examples are number 1, formation of double-stranded DNA from two complementary strands. And the second example is thermal decomposition of chlorine monoxide. Dear students, second order reactions are of two types, are of two categories. Number 1, when the concentration of two reactants is same. Here concentration means initial concentration. Secondly, when the concentration of the two reaction is different. Now in the remaining lecture, we will study both these two categories separately. Now in the start, we will study only second order reaction when the concentration of two reactant is same. To understand the mechanism and to understand the kinetics of such reaction, we suppose that there are two molecules, one of them is A and the second is B. When molecule A and B combine with each other, react with each other, then some products are produced. Now we suppose in the start of reaction, at the commencement of reaction, when time was equal to 0, then there were A mole of the reactant A and also A mole of the reactant B. And at the time when it was equal to 0, there was no product. So the concentration of product is 0 here. But when the reaction proceeds after some time t-second, what will happen? Definitely there will be some amount of the product. Let this product concentration is X. And the remaining amount of the A after time t-second will be A minus X. And the concentration of B at time t will be equal to A minus X. According to the rate law expression for the above reaction, dx over dt or del x over dt will be equal to K into molar concentration of A into molar concentration of B, or dx over dt will be equal to rate constant K into active mass of A and active mass of B. Here K is the rate constant for second order reaction. So this reaction can be written as after time t, dx over dt is equal to rate constant K into A minus X. This A minus X has been written here because it is the concentration of reactant A after time t second. And the concentration of B is also A minus X because after time t second, the concentration of reactant B will be A minus X. So the overall rate of reaction will be here dx over dt is equal to K into A minus X square. Dear students, this equation is a differential rate equation for the second order reaction, in which the concentration of both reactants is same. So, for the sake of simplicity, for the determination of rate constant, now what we will do, we will separate the variables. And after separating the variables, we will integrate this equation. So, when we applied integration rules in this equation, so this equation became sine of integration into dx over a minus x square is equal to k into sine of integration into dt. Here the sign is minus into sine of integration into a minus x square into minus 1 dx is equal to k into sine of integration into dt. This equation and this equation are same. Just here is the difference of writing style. When we integrate the left hand side of this equation according to integration rules, then by applying the power rule, this part of the equation will be minus into square bracket into a minus x raised to power minus 2 plus 1 divided by minus 2 plus 1. This part has been written as following by applying the power rule of integration is equal to kt plus c, and c is the integration constant. So when we applied power rule of integration to the above equation, this equation became minus a minus x raised to power minus 1 divided by minus 1 is equal to kt plus c. When we further simplify it, then this equation became 1 over a minus x is equal to kt plus c. This is equation number 5.12. Dear students, if you remember, when we started the reaction, then when time was 0, then x was 0. So these conditions, that those are the starting conditions. If we apply these two conditions here, that when time is equal to 0 second, then concentration x is also equal to 0, then equation 5.12 will become c is equal to 1 over a, because in equation 5.12 this x will be 0, and when this t will be 0, then this k will also become 0. So the value of c is equal to 1 over a. What is a? A is the initial concentration of reactant. Now put this value of c in equation 5.12. According to equation 5.12, 1 over a minus x is equal to kt plus c, and we put the value of c 1 over a. This is equation of straight line in the intercept form. This equation 5.13 is the equation of straight line in the intercept form. If we plot a graph between time and 1 over a minus x, we plotted the graph by taking time along x-axis and 1 over a minus x along y-axis. Then the intercept gives the value of initial concentration of reactants. So the slope of this straight line that is not passing through the origin will be equal to constant k. This equation 5.13 can also be written as 1 over a minus x minus 1 over a is equal to kt. Just by rearranging the equation 5.13, on the left hand side we take the concentration and on the right hand side we take the time. So by taking the LCM of the left hand side, this equation became a into a minus x in the denominator and a minus a plus x in the numerator. So equation became a minus a plus x divided by a into a minus x is equal to kt. So this a and a are cancelled. Here is the x over a minus a into a minus x is equal to kt. And if we multiply this a on both sides, then this a will be cancelled out and it will be multiplied. So the equation 5.14 becomes x over a minus x is equal to a k into t. So this equation 5.14 is very simple. We can determine the rate constant of any second order reaction when initial concentration of reactants are same. We have to just put the values of A, initial concentration, X, concentration of the product, and T, time period. What time was when this product was formed. Dear students, again this equation is of straight line. And this equation of straight line in which the straight line will pass through the origin. Now we will conclude some results that second order reaction is the reaction in which the concentration sum of the exponent of concentration in the rate law is equal to 0. The examples are formation of double-stranded DNA from two complementary strands, and the thermal decomposition of chlorine monoxide. Second order reaction is of two types: when the initial concentration of two reactants are same and when the initial concentration of two reactants are different. Dear students, during this part of lecture, you have studied the kinetics of the second order reaction when the initial concentration of both reactants were same. Now, in the second part of this lecture, we will find the kinetics or rate constant of a reaction, second order reaction, when the initial concentration of the two reactants are different. For this purpose, consider the following reaction: that reactant A reacts with reactant B to produce some products. Dear students, when we react molecule A with molecule B, then some products are produced. When the time was 0, then the concentration of molecule A was A mole and the concentration of molecule B is B mole. At this time, when T is equal to 0, at the start of the reaction, the concentration of product is 0. But when some time is passed away, then X mole of the products are produced. Obviously, this X has been produced from reactant A and B, so the remaining concentration of molecule A after time T is A minus X, and concentration of molecule B after time T is B minus X. Dear students, if we apply rate equation for such type of reaction, then we will write dx over dt is equal to K into active mass of A into active mass of B. Here, the concentration of A is A minus X and concentration of B is B minus X. So we can write this rate equation dx over dt is equal to rate constant K into A minus X into B minus X. This is the differential rate equation for second order reaction. So, by applying the previous procedure, what will we do here? We will separate the variables and then integrate. When we separated the variables from here, then this dx was in the numerator and this a minus into b minus x, which are in the numerator on the left hand side, will be in the denominator in the left hand side. So after separating the variables, we integrated this equation. So this equation 5.15 will be sine of integration into dx over a minus x into b minus x is equal to rate constant K into sine of integration into dt. Since it is a differential equation, so we applied the integration. Now we will use partial fractional method to solve the equation 5.15. When we applied partial fractional method, then this equation 5.15 became as 1 over a minus x into b minus x is equal to a over a minus x plus b over b minus x. this equation 1 over a minus x into b minus x is equal to a over a minus x plus b over b minus x. Now this equation will be 5.16. Now we will multiply a minus x into b minus x on both sides of this equation 5.16. When we multiplied here with a minus x into b minus x, then they were cancelled out. So the remaining here is only 1. This a minus x was cancelled with this a minus x. So the remaining amount is a into b minus x. And here will be b minus x will be cancelled with this b minus x. So the remaining value will be b into a minus x. This is equation 5.17. According to equation 5.17, 1 is equal to a into b minus x plus b into a minus x. Dear students, you remember when we started this reaction, when time was 0 second, then the concentration of product X was also equal to 0 mole. So applying these conditions, when the reaction was started, when A minus X is equal to 0, X is equal to 0. Now put this value in this equation 5.17. A minus X is equal to 0, so X is equal to A. So where X is written, we will write the A. This equation became 1 is equal to capital A into B minus A plus B equal to 0. This 0 is due to because A minus X is equal to 0. If we simplify this equation, then the value of A will be equal to 1 over B minus A. By rearranging, this equation will become A is equal to minus 1 over A minus B. Dear students, now we will put this value in that equation, but before putting this value of A, we have to find out the value of B. So determine the value of B. We suppose when the B minus X is equal to 0, then X will be equal to B. Put this value of X is equal to B in equation 5.17. So the equation 5.17 became 1 is equal to A into 0 plus B into A minus B. When we rearrange this equation, then B is equal to 1 over A minus B. Dear students, now we have obtained two values, one for the A and second for the B. The value of A is equal to minus 1 over A minus B and the value of B is equal to 1 over A minus B. Now we will put these two values in equation 5.16. This is equation 5.16. Here A and B, these A and B will be replaced with their values. So the equation 5.16 became 1 over A minus X into B minus X is equal to minus, this minus is from this value of A, minus into 1 over A minus B into A minus X plus 1 over A minus B, this A minus B is from value of B into B minus X. So the obtained equation is 1 over A minus X into B minus X is equal to minus 1 over A minus B into A minus X plus 1 over A minus B into B minus X. Dear students, the basic purpose of this topic is to understand or to derive the value of rate constant K. So for the determination of rate constant, what we will do next, we will integrate the above equation. So when this equation was integrated, the sign of integration 1 over a minus b into b minus x into dx is equal to sine of integration into minus 1 over a minus b into a minus x plus 1 over a minus b into b minus x into dx. So now we will apply the integration rule of summation. So this will be sine of integration is equal to dx over a minus x into b minus x is equal to minus sine of integration 1 over a minus b into a minus x dx plus sine of integration into 1 over a minus b into b minus x into dx. When we will rearrange these values, what will we do? That 1 over a minus b in both these two terms will be taken as constant. So according to rule of integration, we will take this constant outside the integration values. So sine of integration is equal to dx over a minus x into b minus x is equal to minus 1 over a minus b 1 over a minus b sine of integration 1 over a minus x into dx plus 1 over a minus b into sine of integration 1 over b minus x into dx. Ultimately, this equation will be written as follows by taking the common 1 over a minus b from here and from here. When we take the common term 1 over a minus b, so the remaining amount is sine of integration minus 1 over a minus x into dx plus sine of integration 1 over b minus x into dx. So the equation 5.15, this is the equation 5.15, this one. If you see the left hand side of this equation 5.15, that is sine of integration dx over a minus x into b minus x is very much resembling with this part, sine of integration into dx 1 over a minus x into b minus x. So now we will write equation 5.15 as following, that 1 over a minus b into sine of integration minus 1 over a minus x into dx plus sine of integration into 1 over b minus x into dx is equal to rate constant k into sine of integration into dt. This equation has been obtained just by applying the simple mathematical formula that if a is equal to b and b is equal to c, then a will be equal to c. So after simplification, when we remove this sign of integration by using the integration rule, this term will be written as 1 over a minus b into natural log into a minus x minus natural log into b minus x is equal to kt plus c. In your metric classes, you have studied the rules of logarithm. If the values are log m minus log n, just like here, log a minus x minus log natural b minus x, then the solution will be log m over n. So by applying the logarithm rule, 1 over a minus b into log natural a minus x divided by b minus x is equal to kt plus c. Dear students, this equation is 5.18, 5.18. Now in this equation, we will apply the starting condition when time was equal to 0, then x was equal to 0. Now we will find out the value of c, and this value of c will be put back into equation 5.18. Then we will simplify the equation. So when time is equal to 0 and x is equal to 0, so this equation 5.18 will be 1 over a minus b into natural log into a over b, because x is equal to 0 is equal to c. C is the integration constant, and this kt will be equal to 0. So the value of c here is 1 over a minus b into log natural a over b. Now we will put this value of c back into equation 5.18. So equation 5.18 will be equal to 1 over a minus b into log natural a minus x divided by b minus x is equal to kt plus 1 over a minus b into log natural a over b. Dear students, this part that I am showing with my cursor, this is actually the value of c, and this part that now I am showing with my cursor, this is the part of equation 5.18. So this equation now will be written in the simplified form, that here this value is positive. If we put this value on the other hand side, it will be negative. So this equation will be written as 1 over a minus b into natural log a minus x divided by b minus x, and this positive will be negative 1 over a minus b into log natural a over b is equal to a. Here again we will apply the rule of logarithm, that when we apply here rules of logarithm, then we can write this equation 1 over a minus b into natural log into a minus x over b minus x minus log natural into a over b is equal to kt. So what we did here, we took the 1 over a minus b common. Now by applying the rules of logarithm, this equation is very simple. 1 over a minus b log natural into b into a minus x, a into b minus x is equal to kt. So this equation, where this a minus b is in the denominator, we multiplied whole of this equation with a minus b. Here a minus b will be cancelled, and in the right hand side it will be multiplied. So the equation became 5.19 natural log b into a minus x divided by a into b minus x is equal to a minus b into kt. Dear students, this is the integrated rate equation for second order reaction, and this equation will be valid when the concentration of both reactants A and B are not same, they are different. Now we will study some conclusions related to this kinetics of the second order reaction when initial concentrations are different. This equation 5.119, what this indicates? Number one, it indicates this is equation of straight line passing through the origin. And the slope of this straight line will be equal to a minus b into k. And the rate constant k will be equal to slope over a minus b. So if we want to determine the rate constant of a second order reaction when initial concentrations are different, then what we will do, we will find the value of slope from the graph and divide it with the difference of a and b, then the resultant product will be equal to rate constant k. At the end, what will be the units of rate constant? Dear students, the unit of the rate constant k can be derived by rearranging equation 5.19. When we rearranged the equation 5.19, if you see equation 5.19, here on the right hand side is a minus b into kt. So what we did, we divided this a minus b into t on both sides. Ultimately, we get this value, that k is equal to 1 over b into t into natural log into b into a minus x, a into b minus x. So when we applied the concentration unit, the unit of concentration is mole per decimeter cube and the unit of time is second. So the value of the unit are 1 over mole per decimeter cube second. And when we write the value in one line, then this second will be written as per second. So the unit of K will be equal to decimeter cube per mole per second. Dear students, thank you very much. Take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.